Hello, Benjamin. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
And
Welcome,
we are
everybody.
live. Welcome. Welcome to one more knowledge quest. This one is CodeConnect for banking and finance. We're going to start in a couple of minutes. So grab your seat.
And I see we have Omri and Michael in the chat. If anyone else is here, give us a shout. We're excited to do this webinar and let us know where you're joining us from, how you found us, what you're looking for. Um, we are very
Ye-
receptive.
Yeah. We also want to know, have you been using our APIs before? Is this the very first time you hear of us? Have you heard of Vonage before?
Um, so, Amanda, what's happening with you? What's exciting in what's most exciting in the work that you're doing with the Vonage APIs lately?
I prepared something for us today with SimSwap API. So I think that's one of the things that I've been doing a lot lately. But just a lot of things, writing blog posts, preparing a few talks, and just talking to the dev community where they are. How about you? Have you been doing anything fun lately?
I've been to nothing fun, uh, uh, but that's okay. I'm pretty happy with just working on the actual APIs and um, doing some content or like that I've been doing all this RCS stuff, which has been interesting.
Yeah,
Um,
you're doing all programming languages. You go on the Vonage blog, you can see standard RCS in Ruby, in Node, in Go. Like Benjamin is writing all RCS content. Such amazing things.
it was a
Uh,
little help from my AI friends. I feel like it's never been better to be a mediocre developer.
Mediocre. That's not true.
Um,
Everyone, it's 3 p.m. here in the UK. I'm not sure what time it is where you're logging in. I saw that people are connecting from different places. And this is kind of supposed to be like a webinar that you follow along. But if you don't want to type or anything, I have Benjamin here to answer my questions and talk to me as well. So let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about detect SIM swap fraud with enterprise level security checks. To welcome ourselves, me first, as a speaker self introduction for accessibility, I'm a brunette Latina woman and I'm wearing a black shirt. My name is Amanda Cavallaro, and I work as a developer advocate here at Vonage. I've been working here for about 4 years now. And if you haven't heard of Vonage before, it has everything you need to build connected applications with our APIs. As we were talking here, you can send SMS messages, RCS messages, voice, video, verify, and a lot more. If you want to make and receive phone calls, use different social messaging platforms like Facebook Messenger, Viber, what else? Facebook Messenger, Viber, WhatsApp. Yeah, thank you. So we got you covered. And also other APIs that we're going to talk about today are the network APIs, but we are going to get there. And I have someone else here with me today as well.
Hi, yes, my name is Benjamin Aronoff. I'm also a developer advocate at Vonage, and I will follow your lead for accessibility. I am a male. I don't know. Some people say blonde. I don't think I'm blonde, but let's say light haired, fair guy. And yeah, so I've been at Vonage for 5 years, working as a developer advocate, working with Amanda and all of the fun people in the developer relations team. And we do fun events and outreach to help developers use our APIs. So if you have any questions, I'm here. I'm following along in the chat, and I will make sure that Amanda gets any questions.
Awesome. Thank you for that. And yeah, if you ever want to connect with us, we have a Slack channel that you can come. If you don't want to drop your questions here, you can also go there and talk about any APIs. We have different channels for you to talk about any API related questions that you have. Okay, so let's get to the point of today. When we talk about fraud, what comes to mind? And I'm thinking it's going to be you answering me, Benjamin, because people are a bit shy on the chat here. So, when we think about fraud, what are some words that come to mind? Let's give
For
people some
me, I
time if you want
think,
to type in the chat.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah, let's see. Yeah, if anyone wants to
to participate with us.
participate, yeah, but I'll start it off. I guess fraud for me is I think of Home Alone with those robbers who pretend, they do different jobs to try and get into the house. Michael in the chat says that fraud for him means scam. Vutomi, I hope I pronounced that right, says stealing. So I think we
Yeah.
have a theme here, right? As like,
Yeah, we have a theme. Yeah, so these fraud events, they are occurring more frequently and many times without the victim's knowledge. So we're talking here, we're thinking like thieves and people that you can think, but sometimes it happens without you even knowing and until the damage is already done. Yeah, Danielle also wrote here phishing. So here are some words that maybe came to your mind: data leaks, credit card impersonation, cloning, social engineering, identity theft, pretending to be someone else, phishing, clickbaiting, ransomware, scam, spam, SQL injection, JavaScript injection. So, all very negative things. And these are
the
things that are known for a very long time, like ever since the beginning, even before people used anything on the internet, like people have been scamming others. And year by year, they're getting better at this. Like we propose more solutions, and then there's new types of fraud occurring. But to these types of fraud that we talked right now, what are some of the solutions of things that maybe you know you should be doing but you don't, or things that maybe you are using? In general, when we talk about fraud, how are some solutions that come to mind for you to mitigate fraud?
for me personally, I think of all the emails that we get from our IT department at Vonage, which is like, update your software. And then all of yeah, like Daniela said, she's a pro at this, I guess. All of those phishing emails that they try to send us. Uh,
Yeah.
Vitomi says educate yourself, which is a good one. Yeah, that's
Yeah. You know that today I received a new type of this kind of phishing attacks that has never happened to me before. It was like someone shared a Google Drive document with me, someone I didn't know, saying something
mm,
like, your Google account is all storage is almost full. I wonder what would have happened if I had clicked that. So people are saying here in the comments, educate yourself. Anything else, Benjamin, that comes to mind when we think about solutions?
yeah, I'm just thinking about your example. I actually I fell for one of these scams
No
earlier this
way.
year, I think, and it was kind of like I felt so embarrassed. But to Vitomi's point about educate yourself, was they sent me. It
What
was like in a
happened?
moment when I was stressed and trying to do too many things at once, and then I got an email from, I want to say it was like supposed to look like my bank,
Mhm.
and it said, "Oh, was this actually your transaction?" And I'm never good. I never actually take the time to go look at like the emails. I just assume everything's okay. Of course, the one time that I actually go to look at it, it turned out to be the scam. And when I called I went through. They got me. They got my credit card number and everything, and it was like such a weird one. It was for paying to renew your driver's license or something. So I just thought
Mhm.
about whatever, I pay it, and then I realized it was a scam. They somehow
Oh, you paid.
took over my WhatsApp account, and that was so scary. I couldn't get into my WhatsApp. So definitely like the educate yourself, because when I talked to the bank, they said, "Oh yeah, this has been really common like the last year or two. Some kind of new weird scam where they take over your WhatsApp, and then I don't even know how they make money because I got charged some fraud charges to the driver's license bureau. So somehow they're
Mhm.
charging like I paid for somebody else's driver's license or something.
But did you get access to your WhatsApp account or did you have to create a new one?
Yeah, no, I got it back, but it was I lost all my messages because I
Mhm.
didn't back them up, and
Oh no.
yeah, it was a really stressful few hours, as you can imagine.
So we're learning a lot here on what not to do with Benjamin. How about when we think about like password management? Do you do anything? People in the chat, Benjamin.
Yeah, yeah. I really miss one pass we had at work. That was a great one.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I try to use all the like safe, strong passwords, and then save everything at least with Google Password Manager.
Hmm.
And you?
Yeah, same. At times it annoys me because the more secure it is, the more annoying it is. So I hate that I have to, there's a password expiry date that I have to change every X amount of days. And then I either have to remember or put them in a password manager. So I don't know, the more you put safety measures, the more it gets annoying because it's a lot easier for you to just write something and put under your keyboard.
Oh, you can. I could tell that I'm getting old because I used to have like the same password, just change like maybe one digit or something, and Google would always, or my password manager would always scream at me like, "You have four of the same password or 10 of the same password." And finally, after this time of getting my WhatsApp taken over, I went back and I finally went through and I made each individual password and deleted accounts and stuff like that. You can tell we're getting old.
You can tell. Yeah, so I have some solutions here that probably are known to you. So I'll just go through them. So, password expiry date, multi factor authentication, password managers, one time passwords that we can receive through different channels like email, WhatsApp, SMS. And then we also have these authenticator apps. There's like the Google one, the Microsoft one. I have one which is like Authenticator. There's like different types of authenticators, and I also don't know how to pronounce like TOTP because I just been reading that. How do you actually pronounce that, Benjamin?
OTP,
No, like with the T before TOTP. Is that how you say it?
I guess. I know
Yeah,
OTP, like one-time password. I don't know what
one time password.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so there are all these types of things, and as Vu Tomi, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, said here too, mostly educate yourself and not be lazy. You know what you have to do, but really, I have to remember, I have to change. So yeah, it's uncomfortable. But other than these solutions that might be already known to you, yeah, TOTP. Thank you, Marina. That's a very beautiful name, my daughter's name. We also have something else that you can use from Vonage. Have you heard of them? The network APIs?
Network APIs. What's that? I never heard about that before.
Never heard about them before.
Is that like
So
servers and networks and cables?
someone, just before I reply, someone wrote here in the chat, I got graduated with BTech honors degree and first class second position. Congratulations. Very, very good for you. I hope you landed or is going to land a very nice job. So talking about network APIs that Benjamin has no idea whatsoever what it is. If you go to our documentation right now, you might see different names for that. You might see network APIs, network solutions, network powered solutions. So all of these, they are, as the name says, network APIs or features that allow application developers to integrate network functionalities from their telephone, from their mobile service providers directly into their applications. So we're talking here about fraud. These APIs, they can help you combat fraud by doing several things like checking SIM swaps, device statuses, to verify users and phone numbers, to check quality on demand, to provide connectivity insights within seconds, to check device location. So there's many things that you can do with these network APIs. And today I'm going to focus on SIM swap, but you can definitely go to our documentation. If you could drop the link, please, in the chat, Benjamin.
Yeah.
You can definitely go there and check all the other ones. And also feel free to ask questions about other APIs, even if it's not the one that we're focusing on here today. We're more than happy to go through your questions. So talking about a SIM swap attack, how does it look like? So the bad actors, they can get a victim's personal details through phishing, leaked databases, social media scraping, malware, just like they did with Benjamin's WhatsApp. Thank you for the link. And then followed by that, using that data, they can use social engineering or bribes. They can bribe mobile carrier employees to move their victim's phone number to a SIM that they can control. And then this bad actor, they can intercept calls, receive calls, SMS messages with SMS codes with these 1TPs that we're talking about. And these were supposed to be addressed to the legitimate user, but then they can log in to this legitimate users apps, like bank apps, as we're talking about. They can make bank transactions, they can drain their funds, access emails, they can do several things. And before the theft is even detected, like for your example, Benjamin, how did you even know that your WhatsApp was taken over?
Because when they logged into WhatsApp, like WhatsApp only stays open on one number. So when they logged in on their number, it kicked me out of my WhatsApp. And actually, if there would have been a SIM swap check, or maybe it would have seen that I was logging in from a different SIM, WhatsApp could have maybe prevented this.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this is one case which we're talking here, which is not SIM swap, but this one you could know because you couldn't actually access. But there are many cases that when they intercept, they might be doing things and you're not even aware. So it's very dangerous. And in terms of Vonage, we have an API called SIM-swap API, which is designed to mitigate the impact of account takeover or SIM swap attack. So it can identify if the SIM card linked to the phone number has recently been changed. It's a very powerful API, and I'm going to show how you can use it in action today with one example. And how you can use the SIM swap or other network APIs. Vonage has a tool called the Network Registry that manages registration with different operator partners behind the scenes for all the network APIs or network features in any country that was made available by Vonage. So to use the Vonage network features in production, you need to first register for approval to access all these operator networks, but that takes some time. So, for instance, before using the SIM swap API, you must have to register your application with the Vonage and the mobile operators. Then this Vonage network registry, it automates the registration process through a common dashboard interface and sends the information to the operators for approval. But that, as I was saying, it takes some time. So if you want to get started right away, you're a developer, you're someone who is interested to use this, you can get started with the network registry playground until you get access to the production environment. So if you were to get started right now with today's example with the SIM swap API, you can set up a maximum of 5 phone numbers, or you can use a global virtual operator. The virtual operator in the Vonage Playground is a tool for developers to simulate network interactions while they wait for access with a live operator. So it provides fake and deterministic API responses. And excuse me, the way that you add the phone number, you have to add phone numbers that start with plus 990 as a country code, let's say, and then you add a number amount of digits after that. Just checking the chat, no one is saying anything. And so for this virtual operator, it doesn't really matter where you are. You don't have to have a real phone number or anything. You just use that. And then when you're using, if you want to actually test, like to force a swap to happen, you can, there is one of the variables, I'm going to talk more about that, but there is one of the variables that you can add, like how many hours ago has that swap happened. And then if you put a number more than 500 hours, you can force a sim swap value of true. With that, you can do tests, as I'm saying, in this playground sandboxed environment. And if you would like to try it yourself, we are going to show you today. The code of the project is available on the Vonage Community GitHub. Benjamin's going here ready. He's super fast. He pasted it here for you. And also this GitHub Vonage community, I was gonna say channel. That's not a channel. Like this repo that we have, not repo. What is that? Like it has several repos, like the Vonage community GitHub.
Oh, the
I'm confused
collection.
now with wording. Collection, yeah. Actually, that's where we add most of everything that we do, our blog posts, our demonstrations, everything. So if you're interested not only in the network APIs that we're talking about, but any other things, you can definitely go and check out all the repos. And you can also go and make pull requests. You can, contribute to our Vonage community on GitHub. So if you can right now, if you'd like to follow along with us, you can clone it to your computer, or you could open um, somewhere like on the cloud, like Codespaces, GitHub Codespaces. So just make sure that you have access to the code, clone it to where it's easier for you to follow along. And then let me talk through about how it goes. So we have like a page where the user attempts to log in and verify their identity via the front end. It could be of a typical bank application. It could be anything that we're talking about. I'm saying bank here because that's the main theme of the presentation today. Then the front end sends this information to the server, which then communicates with the Vonage Communication Services to check SIM swap details with the communication service providers, the CSPs, if this is a term you haven't heard before. It's basically like the network operators. What are some examples of network operators? We have O2, Deutsche Telekom, Benjamin.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were asking me. Yeah, O2, you guys have Orange. In the US, we have
Yes.
like AT&T and T-Mobile, and yeah.
Yeah, so these are the CSPs, if this is a term you haven't heard before. And then this user is only able to log in case there were no suspicious SIM changes in the specified phone number when they created their account. So you can see you're not communicating directly with the CSPs. You use our APIs that then communicate with them and get back to us via the Vonage APIs. And how we can get started with that? How can you set up a Vonage account? On the top right corner of the page, we have a QR code that can also take you to the link that Benjamin is going to share with you today, the Vonage dashboard link. If you don't have an account with us, you can sign up via this link, or you could sign in if you already are one of our Vonage users. So just it's the same QR code. I just left it throughout more slides, so you have time to actually scan it. And then how does it work? You can add your details and click to create a free account. And for today, for the people who are here on this workshop today, we have a coupon code. If you're here in the UK or some countries in Europe, it's 10 euros. But I cannot confirm how much exactly it's going to be where you are. I see that people are connecting from different countries. So it should be something like 10 euros in the currency of your account. Yeah, as Michael is saying here, nice to have some credits for you. So, Benjamin, can you tell folks how they can add these coupons?
You mean like in the dashboard?
Yeah, how can they find this and add it?
Oh, well, you go under your account settings and look for the coupon tab, no?
Yep. There is something called billing, and then
Mm.
within billing, you find coupons, and then you can add the coupon code, which is 25KQNWAAB10. And then after that, you created your account, you got the credits, you're rich now on your account. No, you cannot withdraw that money. It's just used for you to use our network APIs or any of our Vonage APIs. And then after that, you can create an application. We're going to create an application to do our SIM swaps. But you could create other ones for other projects as well. And then you give it a friendly name that can be changed later. And then to authenticate, we have something within there that you can click to generate a public and a private key. Once you click that, a private .key file will be downloaded. For instance, I'm on a Mac, so it goes on my downloads folder. So you make sure to download and store it securely. And then from the project that you cloned from GitHub, you go and add that private key to the root of your, yeah, thanks, Benjamin, to the root of your project. And this key, why do we need it? It's needed for authentication when we're making API requests. And as a note, private keys will not work unless this application that you're creating is saved. So once you create, you go all the way down, then you have to click save. Sometimes when we're making changes, it might change. So make sure that you always save. If for some reason like it expires or anything, just make sure that it's saved, your application is saved. And then another thing that you have to do within your application is to add a capability. You can see several capabilities in there. You can see like if you're using for voice, for messages, if you're going through one of Benjamin's RCS blog posts, you would use messages or verify. But for this one, we're using Network Registry. And because we don't yet have the access with the network registry, we are going to choose Playground. So we can use the sandboxed environment. So you select that, and then at the very bottom, you can click to generate a new application. After that, we have to add a few environment variables. We have 3 environment variables we're going to use for this project. The first 2 ones are regarding your Vonage application. We have the Vonage application ID, which, let me just go back one slide here. So once you go and you click generate a new application, you're taken to another page where you can see your Vonage application ID, because as the name says, application ID. And then the other one that we need is the private key that you downloaded. But I just wanted to show you that some other projects that you might use here, many of them, they use the API key and the API secret as well. Benjamin, do you want to tell folks where they can find them? The API key and API secret.
Yeah, it's on your API settings page. It's not. It used to be on the home page of your API dashboard, but now it's been moved to the API settings. And make sure that you save your API secret somewhere because you cannot get access to it a second time. You'll have to regenerate it and then update your API secret everywhere that it's used. So make sure that you use your password manager and save your API secret.
We're very mindful now. Thank you so much. And then the other environment variable that you need is the number of hours to check for SIM swap events. So you can check, for instance, you know that something happened to you had a SIM swap in parity that happened a while ago, but you can check for the amount of hours. I actually want to know 72 hours ago or, I don't know, 500 hours ago. So you can check the actual amount of hours that it has happened. And then, so I'm just going to quickly show you the dependencies that we're using, but they should all be on your package JSON on the file of the project that you downloaded. So we're going to use .env for the environment variables, express from JavaScript from Node. Then we also have a few dependencies that are Vonage related. If you would go on the NPM website and search for them, you would see the Vonage Network SIM swap, which is the SDK that we have for Node.js. We also use the network client, the server client, and I think I forgot to add one more. And there is one which is the auth. We also use auth for authentication. And after you've done all of that, so you added your environment variables, you installed everything, it's time to test it out. How does it go? You go on the terminal or the command prompt, you go npm run start dev. I'm using nodemon so that when you make any changes to the file, you don't have to kind of like stop the server and start again. So it does it for you. But one thing that I want to point out, and I thought that I could be sneaky and do it, because sometimes I was doing the tests with the sim swap, changing the hours. Like I was putting a number like 500 hours to force a swap, and then I wanted to change it back again so that it wouldn't show a swap. But then even though it could, get the changes from the .env file, it wouldn't actually apply them. So if you do create like a user and everything, and you want to change for a sim swap for this purpose of this project, someone wrote something here. I'm going to address your message. So for the purpose, I actually lost track of what I was saying. But anyway, so I remember now the .env. So if you create a new user, you register a new user, and you want to check the sim swap, you actually have to stop the server and start again. Benjamin is going to reach out to you because your coupon didn't work on your currency. Yeah, definitely stay in touch with us, and we're going to see what we can do to solve your issue with Tommy. So continue. You start your project from your command prompt or your terminal, and then you can navigate to localhost 3000. That's the port that I'm using, but you could have used a different one. And then you can add a username. You're registering at this point. So you register a username, a password, and a phone number. As I'm using the virtual operator, I'm using the +990 followed by a string of integers with a phone number that is random. It's not a real phone number. So you click to register. After that, you click to login, inserting the credentials that you've created. At this point, you don't need to add the phone number, just the username and the password, because the phone number was added to your user. And then you click to login. In case there was a SIM swap, in parity, something bad that happened, you wouldn't be able to log in, and then you would have to reach out to your mobile carrier or to your bank or to whomever you had issues with, because they wouldn't allow you to log in case something happened to the phone number that you're using to log in. And before I go to this last slide, I just wanted to show you here in action. So this is how it would look like here. So I do npm. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. This is how the project looks like. npm run start dev. And this is how it looks like, because you can see from your package JSON, I have a script that has start and start dev that is watching the .env and the server.js file. Someone in the Michael said that tested the code in the USA and it works. Yeah, definitely follow up with Benjamin, whoever had errors, and we're going to try and sort it out for you. And then the other files here that we have on this project. So we have the node modules with all the dependencies that were installed. We have a public folder that contains the client.js, which is interacting both with the front end on the HTML file and the server.js file. So it's being a client middleware. We also have a file with the style CSS. It's a very simple one, but we have some CSS here for the form. Then we have a view with the first page that contains the login and the register forms. And then once if there were no SIM swap, anything negative that happened, you would be taken to your dashboard that shows you that the login was successful. So these are the views. We have the .env.example with the maximum amount of hours that we can change here to do any tests to force for it to happen or not. We have a git ignore with the files that we don't want. For instance, you don't want that to be a version to insert your version control, the node modules, which is very heavy, and of course your private key. The license, the package JSON with all the dependencies that we talked about, the private key, which was the file that you downloaded, the README, and the server.js that contains all the logic to authenticate, to make sure that all the information is being sent to the index HTML, the main HTML, and then the post to register and to log in, and all the error messages. And then we finally make the app listen on port 3000. That's how we access that page. I am not sure if folks are following along. If you'd like me to give you a few minutes for you to go through, to have any questions. If you were able to add all the environment variables, let me know in case you're not doing this right now. Or for instance, if you're watching a recording and you have questions about this, do find us on the Slack channel. I'll give you a couple of minutes in case for people to just give a shout here in the chat if you're going through it, if you're going to go through it at the later time, just so I know here if I wait for you to give some assistance. And in the meantime, Benjamin and I are going to talk to you about identity sites. I believe you have a link to share, right, Benjamin, that it actually went to beta. How do you say that in English? Beta or beta?
Beta.
Help me, English.
Beta
Beta.
is good. Beta is
Beta.
also good, but beta is better.
Beta is better. So we actually have a blog post that went out on our Vonage blog today. So Identity Insights is now in beta. And we are announcing that that's a major step forward in helping developers to take advantage of exciting mobile features related to phone number intelligence. So, for instance, SIM swap that we're talking here today, the Identity Insights API has a SIM swap feature that you can use as well. It does have the same endpoints. You can check and you can retrieve data, but it's definitely an API with a lot more features. You can go check out our blog post and see these new insights that are available to you now. So that's something exciting. So I can see here in the chat that people are saying that they're going to try out this, the code later. So fair works. I don't know what that means. What does that mean, Marina? So do come to our Slack channel. I do have the link, Benjamin, to share with them for the Slack channel. I believe I haven't shared with you. Also, I'm talking about Slack channel. If you'd like to join, oh, that's it. I have it on this slide. I have a QR code on the right for you to join the Slack channel and ask your questions, share your successes. And on the right, it's the same QR code that I shared with you before, that you can add the coupon code to get a corresponding 10 euros to your account as credit. So this is what I have prepared for you today. I hope you had a good time. And if you complete the feedback form there is a chance for you to win Lego. Am I sharing the correct slide? I just realized that I was on the wrong thing. So
yeah,
let me
sorry. I was trying to help.
I was showing my Visual Studio Code. So I'll just quickly repeat myself. On the right here, you can join our developer Slack on this QR code. The QR code on the left is the one that you have already scanned before to create the account. And then repeating myself, you can complete the feedback form for a chance to win Lego on this website here, https://wkf.ms/40kpbgg. And then terms and conditions apply. Giveaway valid until the 27th of August 2025. Price valued at $60 US. So let's see who's going to win the giveaway. Um, I'll stop here for some time so you have some time to open this website. This is something that we quite do, right, Benjamin, at some of our at the events that we have booths. Sometimes we have some giveaways that we give to people, and it's always exciting when people come and we see who the winner was. We had
Yeah.
another day at the London office here. It's very fun because you don't really believe you're going to go home with that. Like, there's a raffle. Why would I win? And it's very fun to see the reactions. Um,
And yeah, there's it looks like there's only, I mean, not only, but it looks like there's 13 people who are watching. So if you're paying attention, you have a very good chance. So fill out the feedback and good chance you
can we
win the
have
link.
the link on the chat?
Let me send the link.
Thank you,
Sorry.
Benjamin.
And also the for the coupon code, like as Utomi was having trouble with the euros. So sometimes if your account is in dollars, um, if your account is in dollars, you we the euro coupon won't work. So if you have that problem, please just reach out to us and we'll send you the appropriate dollar coupon code.
See, Benjamin solving problems each minute. Okay, I guess you had some time here. I think, Benjamin, did you have the opportunity to paste the link, or should I?
If you
The
have it
link.
handy, you can paste it.
I don't have it handy, but I'll have right now. Let
Which one
me
is it for? For the feedback form?
for the feedback form, slide 41. I just don't
Yeah.
want to stop here so I don't stop the presentation.
Yeah. Keep going. This.
Yeah, so Benjamin is going to paste it for you, and then if you have to complete the feedback form, and then you have a chance to win. So that was it. That's what we've prepared for you today. Hope you learned, and now you're inspired to go and try out the APIs. And you learned, thank you, learned a new way to how to mitigate fraud today. Go and share with your friend, families, and people at your companies. Thank you very much. And be sure to follow us. Here is our Linktree QR code that we have all the links related to our Vonage developer relations team. You can see where we're at, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. And I just posted. Oh, are we gone? Are we off?
No, we're not off. We're still on. I
Oh,
just
sorry.
removed
Sorry, I just posted
the
all of the links
presentation.
there. Just one last time. So you have the Slack and the blog and the feedback form. Sorry, it's the emojis didn't paste properly. It's a little
But they're very descriptive.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, and as we said, we are always available on the community Slack or LinkedIn or any other socials. So please reach out. And Anundia, I will reach out to you as well on Slack. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, Benjamin. I'm going to stop the recording now. See you next time.